أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to our Gems of Quran class here. So we will inshallah start today by taking a look at the book that we got. Hopefully everybody got a copy of the book as you checked in at the front desk. So inshallah we will again, we want to make sure that we want to go along this journey of gem mining, right? We have named the classes Gems of Quran, and obviously we want to make sure that we are inviting everybody as we do the gem mining ourselves and start collecting the gems from the Quran. If we can invite anybody else, we should certainly do that, and hopefully, inshallah, that will benefit them and benefit you also, inshallah. So first thing that we need to do is in the book, if you open up a copy of the book, if you open up the copy of the book to page number 2, we want to make sure. So the book is from right to left, okay? So if you open up the copy of the book, what you need to do is take a look at this hadith, which is خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلم, right? So what I want you to do is to write down with reference to this hadith in front of number 1. It basically says, inshallah, I will strive to be one of the best by doing what? Right? By learning the Quran. So I want you to write it down in number 1. Saifullah, I want you to write it down. Okay, inshallah. By learning the Quran. And number 2 is by teaching the Quran. How do we become the best? We become the best by doing both of those things, because again, as we studied before, it is the rights of the Quran on us that we learn it and we teach it to others. And again, the best amongst those are the ones who are doing that. That is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says from coming from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the best amongst the people are the ones who learn the Quran and teach it to others. So we start with the dua, Rabbi Zidni Ilma. The meaning of the dua is, oh my Lord, advance me in knowledge and advance me in the beneficial knowledge. This is a dua from the Quran, and we all make dua that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to be able to do that. So next, coming to next page of the book, I want you to make sure that you are writing your name down, which is on page number 3. Right, so write your name down on the top of the page. This book belongs to who you are. Okay, be proud of this book belongs to you. Right, this is not just any book. This is coming from the Quran, and the more we respect it, the more respect we will get. Okay, so we obviously start with saying Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Please make sure that our intention to go through this book is only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and for nobody else, right? Now what we also want you to do is to make an account on the website myquranstudy.com. For some of you who might be familiar with that, some of you who are not familiar with that, this website is going to help you keep track of how many words we've learned along the way. So make sure that you made an account on myquranstudy.com. And step number 3 would be to join the class on Edmodo. So we have a class on Edmodo. For some of you who might have used that medium before, we will be using Edmodo to do weekly lessons. So make sure that you have registered online in the class. And if you don't have the link for that, if you need the code for that, let me know and I can give that to you after the class, inshallah. Okay. All right. So again, the what and the how. So basically, we saw a sample of that last week, but basically if you turn forward, there's a table of contents in the book also. But if you go over to page number 7, it basically shows you how we will go through the book. Okay, so we will basically be going through the Arabic, and then we will be writing down the word-to-word translation of each word, and then we will also write down what are the root words that the Arabic word is made of, right? Just like any language, the words in Arabic are made from certain root letters. And the more we become familiar with those, the more you will become familiar with the words, and Arabic is going to become for you just like English is for you today. that you will be able to understand it as we go through it. So again, after each chapter that we have in the book, if you turn over to page number 8, you will see that we do have a checklist and reflections page. And that is a page that we will want to make sure we are filling out. So we are going to be doing some reflections after each session, and we will make sure that we fill it out by writing down the lessons we learned from the verses that we will do that specific day, inshallah. Okay. Now, one thing to remember is that every class, there would be a homework for you from one class to the next. And the homework is at the bottom of the page. So we will want to make sure, if you look at the bottom of page number 8 in your book, there are 2 questions in there, right? The first question is, I practice saying the word meaning at least 3 times. If you go home and say the word meaning 3 times, you will start connecting to the words. You will start remembering it, and it will start making sense to you. Because just sitting here in the class, you get the basic concept, but make sure that you are spending 10 minutes at home going through some of that, inshallah, so you, inshallah, will benefit from it. The second is, I can read a word and say its meaning without looking. That's the ultimate goal that we are trying to achieve out of this class. That as a word is being said, you are able to know the meaning of it. Just like you are understanding what I'm saying in English now, that you are able to understand when the Arabic is being read to you, that you are able to understand what is being said. Okay. So there is also, if you turn over to page number 88 of the book, okay, there is a weekly goal tracker that we have at the end of the book, and we want to make sure that you are filling this out. Okay, so fill out all the columns for each class. So for class number 1, write down a good quality to work on, inshallah. This is for each one of us. Okay, we are writing down a good quality that we will work on that week, a bad habit that we will remove, inshallah, what you are thankful for, what's your favorite verse that you learned, you can write down the verse number, revised root word and meaning with a buddy, right? At home you could do that, you can do it with a friend here also, but we want to make sure that you are revising the root word. So you are checking those things off, that you have done it. And then attempted activity on Edmodo. So there would be an activity, as I said, on Edmodo that would be loaded every week. And then we want to make sure that you are able to attempt that also. And then at the end, the best thing would be is if you can do that and have somebody at your home check it, that you've done it, okay? To make sure that, that you are keeping yourself accountable to some of those things. Okay, so we want to make sure that we are able to do that also, inshallah. And Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim. So at the end, what we say is, may Allah accept it, because any good deed that you do, you will do the good deed, but ultimately you need to make dua at the end to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may Allah accept those good deeds from us, right? Because it is only our good deeds are only good if they get accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so with that dua, we conclude this part of the session, and